Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 65, Part 2. Man-manā bhava mad-bhakto, mad-yājī mam namaskuru, evaiṣyasi satyaṁ te, pratijāne priyo me. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. In the Upanishad, it is said, Vedāham Vedam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastat. Also it is said, Tamemam Vidvan Amarta Iha Bhavati Nanya Panta Ayanaya Vidyate. The Vedas says, I salute this radiant and gigantic Purusha who is beyond all the gunas and who has the hue of Aditya, the sun, and states that I know this Purusha, that Purusha whom at the beginning of creation Chaturmukha Brahma recognized as the Supreme Lord, Parama Purusha. The import is that those who knows the Lord in this manner will attain moksha. There is no other means. This Upanishad statement says Vedam means by knowing. By knowing the Lord in this manner, one attains moksha, which means just by knowing the way it is explained here, one will attain moksha. Whereas in other places in the Upanishad, we hear terms like dhyayate, upasate, or also means to attain the Lord. Therefore it appears that vedhanam, upasanam, dhyanam, like that there are other means by which one can attain the Lord. To avoid such confusion, the Lord states this sloka by starting man-manā bhava, which means vedhanam, dhyanam, upasanam. It all means the same. It all drives to the same point that one needs to meditate on the Lord without any interruption. Sripad Ramanujacharya says, Tailatharavatu avichinna smriti santana rupam. The thought of Lord should be like this. When we pour an oil, the oil does not splatter. There is no any disturbance or distractions. Like oil falls in a continuous stream with no break, when we pour oil out of a vessel, our mind should experience a seamless stream of memories or thoughts about Krishna. Krishna with all his auspicious qualities, and the thought should not have even a momentary break. Such an unbroken meditation should mature into a form of direct perception, direct vision of the Lord. That is, from the stage of I am thinking of the Lord should grow into I am seeing the Lord. And this is said to be the symptom of highest bhakti. It has to be priti lakshanam, out of love. The thought has to be out of priti. That thought shouldn't be caused by any other factor other than love of Godhead. For example, Kamsa was thinking about Krishna without interruption, but out of fear. Shishupal was thinking of Krishna without interruption, out of enmity. Maricha, a demon where we hear in Ramayana, said, I see him in every tree. He was constantly thinking of Lord Rama, but out of fear. So the thought that we have should be mad-bhakto, out of devotion, not out of enmity, fear, etc. The bhakti is one which refers to the thought of Krishna with love, with priti. The thought of Krishna should be dripping with love. That is what Krishna said here as man-manā bhava mad-bhakto. So the term vedana means knowledge, upasana means worship, dhyana means meditation. This is all nothing but man-manā bhava mad-bhakto. This is bhakti yoga. Bhakti is loving meditation. Priti, which means Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our friend, Krishna is our guardian. Krishna is everything for us. He is unlimited towards us. He doesn't see our faults. He is most compassionate person. He never gives upon us, and especially those who meditate upon Him in the way that we just saw. Right now, the Lord is only visible to our eyes when we go to the temple to take darshan. After we move away from the deities, the vision is gone. The deity form is no more in our thoughts. Whereas dhyanam means even after we move away from the deities or return home, when we close our eyes and sit on dhyana, the same Lord whom we saw few minutes, few hours back is back into our vision. We can see the Lord's beautiful form as we would see with our eyes open at the temple. That is what being described here as man-manā bhava mad-bhakto. Always think of me as if you see me in person, and that is called priti. The second half of the sloka states that those who are like that are very dear to me and I am dear to them. So one should meditate upon Krishna as everything, with the understanding that there is no one else so close or greater to us than Krishna. There is no one else as shelter for us. I am your lost child, and you are my eternal father, mother, who takes care of me at all the time. The parents that I have now are helpless after I leave this body. The friends and relatives that I have now are helpless after I leave this body. They can only do so much. But you are limitless. You have been with me for several lifetimes, and you are with me now, and you will be with me in future. The truth is, you are the only one who have been traveling with me for anadi kala. So I am helpless. I have a complete faith in you that you will take care of me, and I will continue bhakti towards you. I have no complaints against you. Whatever I am going through is simply of my own karma. But you are there to take care of me. One meditates upon the Lord in this way, accepting and realizing the greatness of Krishna. Now let's not forget, this conversation is happening in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and Krishna is keen on making Arjuna fight. Krishna said, Arjuna, to get to the stage of what I just told you, man-manā bhava mad-bhakto, you must fight. Arjuna was thinking, if I have to constantly think about you without any interruption, shouldn't I go to the forest and sit in Padmasana and focus on you to develop the uninterrupted meditation, dhyana, like the oil example we just saw? Why should I fight Krishna? Fighting is not going to help me to meditate on you without interruption. Krishna smiled and said, No, Arjuna, you may go to the forest, you may sit down in Padmasana and start meditating upon me. But the problem is, your thought will be disturbed. Will you disturb me, Krishna? Not me. I will never disturb anyone. Because of your accumulated sins, Arjuna, those sins will not let you go so easily to focus on me. Arjuna was asking, then what should I do, Krishna? Krishna said, perform karma yoga. Fighting is part of your karma yoga, as it is your varnashrama dharma. As you do your karma yoga with the 3 principles, your sins that are obstructing you in your focus on me will be cleared. When that get cleared, you will be able to get to dhyana nishta stage. From there, you will be able to move to parabhakti, then parajnana and paramabhakti. So the point here is man-manā bhava is that one able to meditate upon the Lord continuously without any interruption. When we sit and chant the holy name of the Lord, our focus is so very disturbed. We are not able to hear the names of the Lord, but we are hearing the chattering of our mind. That's because we have failed to do our karma yoga in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, it is important to train our mind to follow the instructions of the Lord. Compared to controlling of the body, controlling of the mind is easier. It is hard to change the body's nature, but it is easy to change the mind's nature. If I want to become a good person, it is not a gradual process. I can become a good person in a second. Whereas my body is in a certain condition. It is not easy to change the nature of the body. Discomforts of the body are hard to change. Discomfort of the mind can be changed. So what Krishna is saying here is focus and think on me without interruption. That is to do with the mind. The Lord does not instruct us to think or to listen. He gives the choice whether to listen or not to listen, whether to think or not to think. But when we start listening or when we start thinking, then Krishna says that your thinking process should be like that of Taila Tharavat Avichinna Smriti Santana Rupam, like that of an oil pouring into another vessel, which means without any interruption. There is a sloka in Mundaka Upanishad, Vidyate Hridaya Grantihi Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Tasmin Driste Paravare. When we get to see the Lord, that means if we are seeing the Lord in person, it implies that we are in the spiritual world. And the sloka says, all the doubts will be gone. All our attachments will be released. All our karmas will be burnt into ashes. Now the question comes, if we have to go to the spiritual world, shouldn't we have those things first? That is, no doubts in our heart, no attachments and no karmas? Shouldn't that be the first thing to qualify us to reach the spiritual world and then have the darshan of the Lord? Well, the meaning of this sloka is, the benefit that's mentioned in this sloka is when the Lord reveals himself in our heart. Manasa darshana is what has been mentioned here. Darshana samanakara sakshatkara. The vision of the Lord is seen within our heart. This is man-manā bhava. Mad-bhaktaha. You should think of me alone, with boundless love. This term mad-bhaktaha should be prefixed with the other 3. Mad-bhakta man-manā bhava, mad-bhakta mad-yājī, mad-bhakta mam namaskuru. That is, with abandon of love for me, meditate upon me. With abandoned love for me, perform all services which will please me. with abandoned love for me, pay your obeisances. This is important to note because one may meditate but no love for Krishna. One may perform services with no love for Krishna. One may offer obeisances but no love for Krishna. Therefore, what Krishna is looking for is not simply meditation, not simply services, not simply obeisances. He looks for the main ingredient, the love within these actions. Meditation with love for Krishna, services with love for Krishna, and obeisances with love for Krishna. Then that becomes bhakti. If we simply do meditation, if we simply do services, if we simply do obeisances with no love for Krishna, it is said to be just karma, an activity which doesn't have bhakti, devotion, love, priti for Krishna. In our next session, we will learn the second line, mad-yājī mam namaskuru. Namaste, Hare Krishna.